it's been a couple weeks. It wasn't really intentional that I was gone for so long, but here we are. But busy as fuck. Literally in between the last stream and this one, I finally got to put out the trailer that I had been sitting on for like months. I've been sitting on at least like part of the trailer. I had that, so we put out the new Kingdom Hearts dub trailer. The release date trailer, which by the way, just a week away. Kingdom Hearts Real-Time Fandub, just a week away. Oh boy. Or whatever she says. I'm crazy because like that's so close. And I'm still like working on it. And I can finally fucking talk about the fact that it's like a season. Y'all don't know how long I have been waiting to mention or like be allowed to talk about the fact that it's like episodic and that there's like, it's not like a 2-parter. It's not even a 3-parter. It's 5 episodes. It's a mini like season. I've been personally referring to it as like a season, because that makes me feel cool. And like, that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. Because very early on, the idea was to, so hold on, I need to like check something. Anyway, okay, what was I talking about? Will there be a full supercut of the cage though after the whole thing is out? No, that's actually a great segue. No, there is not going to be. I mean, okay, I guess you can't really say never. I've literally talked about this with like a friend before who was like encouraging me like not to write off something like that because it was literally Salty. I was talking with Salty and I was just like talking about the project and he was like, hey, you know, don't write off that idea entirely because people love like these big like compilation videos and stuff. Like people go crazy for that kind of thing. And he was like, don't write it off because like maybe one day, you know, like, listen, I like if there's ever a point where like you just need to put out something that you know is gonna fucking do like cuckoo bananas numbers and like you're just like desperate. And I was like, yeah, maybe one day if I'm ever just like desperate for the income of it and I'm just like, you know what, I could do like with a long 4-hour video that's like high retention and whatnot, like maybe. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to. I have like like if you ever see me compile the Real-Time Fandub Do No Harm season into a single video, things are not going well. and like you should maybe be a little bit worried about me. Because that's like that'll be a move that I do if it like feels necessary. There's a yeah, it's a recession indicator, exactly. No, but it's like, but they're all the episodes have been designed as episodes from not technically from their very conception, but like very early on in the process. I literally like we recorded this fandub in episodes. Some of you may remember we did 2 sessions. I mentioned we recorded like a session in April and we recorded a session in May. And I was very open about that to honestly, because I kind of wanted to throw people off the scent a little bit and maybe make them assume that it was a 2-parter like Until Dawn, which we also recorded in 2 separate parts. But the difference being each session was like 3 episodes. Now you may ask, Penny, that's 6 episodes. There's only 5 episodes. What the fuck happened to the 6th one? I just fucking shoved the last 2 together into like a feature-length finale thing because I really wanted the last episode to be like a movie. Because I'm obsessed with fandubs that are like 1 hour and 30 minutes. So I was like, you know what? Let's just take the last 2 episodes we recorded, and we still recorded them separately, but I'm just gonna like shove them together. So that's why episode 5 is like so much longer, literally double the length, because it's two episodes that I just mashed together into the finale. But from the jump, they were conceptualized as episodes because I wanted this because I knew there was going to be a lot to cover, and I didn't want to skip a lot of it, you know? The only I would even argue is like somewhat of a major character that is not featured in this dub is Merlin. And I talked about that before. I was like, guys, Merlin's not in this dub. I could not find fucking anything to do with Merlin when I was like editing the footage together. So he's not there, but like basically everyone else is. And that's cool. That's fun for me. He has text boxes. That's like it. And like, you know, there are characters featured in the final product that are like only people who stand there and have text boxes. Don't get me wrong. They're there and they're funny, but like, yeah. Anyway, all that to say, given the fact that this is supposed to be like from the jump, it was supposed to be a season of episodes. It has been so hard to not talk about that. It has been so hard to not say the word episodes when talking about this project. And I'm so happy I can finally do that because like, I just feel like I can talk about it more openly. And obviously there's a lot that I don't want to spoil. You may or may not have noticed, and I'll just go ahead and reveal this. The second trailer literally only features clips from episode 1. I truly I have been going out of my way to show as little as possible. I have not shown you any of the bits that are like my personal favorites, and I have barely showed you anything past episode 1. And also, not even just episode 1, y'all have not, and I can actually like say this for real, y'all have not seen a single thing from the second session, because when I released that first trailer, we had only recorded session 1. We had only recorded the first half. The second half didn't even exist yet. So that first trailer is only made up of clips from the first 3 episodes. And then the second trailer, I kept it to episode 1. So like, second trailer doesn't feature anything from episode 2 onward, and first trailer doesn't feature anything from episode 4 or 5. And so, that plus again, me like making sure not to include any of the bits that I like laughed the hardest at, because I have this fear, and it's, you know, it's kind of irrational, but you may understand my position where like, I have this fear where like, I worry that if I put the funniest stuff in a trailer for one of these projects, the sort of initial surprise of it in the actual watching of the dub will be lessened, and it kind of ruins it a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, you learn from 2000s kids movie trailers. Yeah, exactly. Essentially. I mean, yeah, that's always been a thing where like people are like, do they always put the funniest stuff in the trailer? I have like that fear times 10, because when it comes to a real-time fandub, so much of the experience comes down to the pacing of it, and like the sort of slapdash, like everything is so much funnier in context in a fandub, if you ask me personally. And that's why I like, these are such like long form things, because I think like there are certain clips that stand the test of time and are good isolated. I honestly think one of the jokes that we've done that works the best in isolation throughout the whole show is the one that popped off on TikTok for a while, which was the I'm gonna kill the next fucking person I see, I swear to God. And then the dog comes out and is like, oh, I am so happy to see you. Like that's like one of the rare jokes that I think works isolated as much as it does in context. And even then, I would still like argue it works better in context, because just like the rising tension of what Mike is going through in that dub is fucking hilarious. Yeah, it's such a good bit. And so like, you know, we have very rare occasions where something like that can, I think, work as well isolated. But that being said, that's part of why I don't put the funniest stuff in the trailer, because I'm like, I know because here's the thing, if you watch the trailer and already you're like, this is awesome, I'm laughing, it's great, that literally, like the fact that people tell me already that there are lines from the trailer that they like can't get out of their head, it makes me so excited, because Like those are not even the best ones. Like actually, like personally, I have been holding all of my favorite lines so close to the chest. And just making sure that y'all don't fucking know about them until the day of. I'm very excited. This is like my favorite one. Like I'm actually like I'm so pumped. There are scenes that just make me like so happy to watch. Just because it's cool. There's been a lot of like cool things going into this one that are like literal like dream come true moments for me, where I'm just like, this is fucking awesome that this is even happening right now, and that I like get to do this. Both on like a performance scale and also like a meta sense. But I shan't talk about the meta angle of it all, because there are still some surprises. There's still one like big thing about the production of this dub that I have not said anything about, and that I am so excited for y'all to see, because it's been driving me crazy that I can't talk about it. There's like one more thing that I have been like just like biting my fingers off waiting to mention and be excited about. We'll be able to see right away in episode 1. Yeah, it's gonna become very obvious very quickly what I am talking about. It has nothing to do with the cast. You know, we didn't get like a crazy guest star or anything. Like I posted, I got too caught up in my own hype on Twitter a little bit when we released the second trailer, and I was like, guys, there's something huge about this dub that like for me is like so exciting that I can't wait for y'all to see. And we haven't even announced it, but I'm not going to tell you until episode 1 comes out. And I had people being like, holy shit, they got Riku's voice actor. Because he's been like streaming the games recently, and so it's like on everyone's mind. And I had to like go out of my way to be like, no. No, we did not. That is not what I'm talking about. So it's nothing crazy like that. But like for me personally, I'm just like, it's fucking insane. It drives me up the wall with excitement. And I know for a fact there's gonna be like a portion of my audience that goes nuts over it. But that's all I'll say. I'm already saying too much, honestly. I shouldn't talk about it at all. I shouldn't even be saying this much. Is it a car that drives at the wall? Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks. You spoiled it. You finally got Donald Duck voice classes. Nope. I'm so excited for people to hear Wayne's Donald. I truly believe like spending so long editing this project, there's a lot of characters I'm really excited for people to see. One of them is of course Holly's Sora, which if you've been watching for any extended period of time this year, like since May, you can probably already guess is so near and dear to me at this point. Holly Sora is like one of my favorite characters in anything. Like I truly do not say that like I don't say that lightly. I think about Holly's Sora all the time. Every single fucking day of my life. You're stalling Chris' voice. It wasn't supposed to be that until I did it accidentally, and then it was so fun I couldn't stop. There's literally a compilation of me voicing Chris, and then you can like see at the beginning it's like something completely different, and then it just like kind of like it like inches into the Sora voice because we had just recorded like part 2, and I like couldn't stop thinking about Holly Sora because it's such a it is a character that sticks in your brain. It like genuinely she has affected the way that I talk a little bit. But on top of that, I was also going to say Wayne's Donald is so funny to me. Like I like there's so many little just fucking remarks that just I think about all the time that just really stick out to me, that like I reference constantly, because I love the way Wayne plays characters. Me too. And I'm excited. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. I have to stop. I haven't said the word Pokemon one single time on this Pokemon stream. I have not uttered the name Pokemon a single time. This is a Pokemon stream. This isn't even a, like, just chatting, catch up after vacation. I haven't even talked about my vacation. There's so much to talk about. I'm gonna be so real. I am planning to play Pokemon tonight, but if I end up talking for like another like 30 to 45 minutes and I'm still not done having things to talk about, there's like a very minute chance that I just postpone the Pokemon section to another day, and then I just make this like a just chatting stream. I'm not saying I will do that. I don't plan to do that, but it has been a while since I streamed, and a lot of stuff has happened. Specifically this past weekend, and just like with the dub editing and stuff. So, she doesn't know she can talk while playing, right? Yeah, but then I'm talking about the game. I can't like sit here and just like tell you about like fun vacation stuff or like dub stuff. I just want to talk about the fan dub. Like I'm so mad that it doesn't exist yet. I'm so fucking mad that you can't watch it yet. But it's like literally days away, less than a week at this point. And at the very least you get 1/5 of it. And that's gonna be really nice. That's gonna be really, really nice. Yeah, 358 over 2 days. That's right. That's Kingdom Hearts. Anyway, yeah, I also did just go on a vacation, which is why I was mostly gone over the weekend. The most you probably saw me was on Tumblr, and I posted like a piece of art on socials. I posted hold on. I posted Babble the rabbit art that I really like. Here, I could show you. Here, I posted Babble the rabbit. I've been drawing a lot of Babble recently. These were done two separate. The two halves of this drawing were done on two separate road trips. The one on the left was I did that on the way out of town, and then the one on the right I did on the way back. So there are two separates, and I like. Where's her zippy cup? She could probably have one. That could be some. You know what? I'll put that on the list. I'll do the list.